can squeeze one more in while nobody watching. Like I just woke up. Yeah, I ain't got no eyebrows. I need to get some eyebrows tatted in. Give me a minute. Damn. The hell was that? Ooh, Kentucky upset. Where my glasses at? Can't see. Something was missing. Hold on. Much better. Anyway, I'm about to start this now. See that there's only one person here. That's fine. It is what it is. The show must go on. You watch the playback. But this is my State of the Union address. I want to talk about Hartford as a whole. I want to talk about Connecticut. I want to talk about the United States. Talk about the world if I have to. First, I want to start with sending my condolences again to little Stevie O family, Stephen Keaton, and to little Greg Talley, OG Greg, both of their families. Of course, some of you guys know those, I call them my kids. Those were my kids up in Fun Club, up and around the community center in Stowe Village. So once again, I want to say condolences to both of those families. I also want to remind folks that I think they're still raising funds for Greg's funeral. Greg's funeral hasn't happened yet. I think there's a date, but I forgot the date. His brother Rondell did post a date, but I forgot what the date is. But his brother Rondell is still accepting donations for the burial of his brother Greg. He posted a Cash App name that says Ron Bro, like RONBRO. But the O's are actually zeros. So R0NBR0. R0NBR0 is his Cash App name. I made a donation to him already. And I'm expecting others to do the same. Also, shout out to Crystal and Maria Gomez for doing a fundraiser. I think they were selling food over there where little OG Greg hangs out at, trying to raise up money for his burial expenses. So, guess you can holler at Crystal, or you can holler at Maria, or you can holler at his brother Rondell if you want to donate to Greg Talley's funeral services. Also, shout out to my girl Dorney B. Shout out to Mimi, her daughter. Had a good time in spite of the circumstances at Stevie O's funeral. It's nice to sit with them and be in their presence and their company. Today is March 9th also. March 9th is a hip-hop history day with the passing of our brother. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Happy birthday to Biggie Smalls. Damn, this dude shaped up. He got on a unit, a hair unit. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Also, I wanted to talk about, speaking of the funerals, I saw Tyron at the funeral, and he was talking about my calendars. You see my calendars? You guys can see my calendars? This is my month of March calendar. I don't know if it's showing to you backwards. Yeah, it might be showing to you backwards. But this is my month of March calendar. This is February. But these are my calendars. These are where I talk about the money that I spent for the day or the week or the month. And I just track stuff that I find that I don't necessarily have to buy stuff. So what I'm saying is extra stuff. If it's not food, gas, rent, mortgage, bills, anything you spend, cigarettes, soda, potato chips, Chipotle's. Like for me, I bought a phone case today or last week, which I didn't need to buy one, but I bought one. So any unnecessary expenses, you just put it on the calendar and just show how much you have spent for the month of whichever month it is. So Tyron told me that he copied it or screenshotted it or printed it, and I appreciate that. Man, like I said before, man, Tyron has talked about saving money and doing what you can to get wealthy. But yep, I use the calendar. Also, don't forget to join my money challenge group. It's on Facebook. I don't know if it's called Coops Money Challenge Group. But join me on Facebook to do the money challenge. $25 a week or $50 a week. The choice is yours. I do the $50 a week challenge. Shout out to A-Dog, Aaron Bethea. Shout out to you, brother. Speaking of, the passing of these two young people, my guys, I want to talk about health as I usually do. Your health is very important. People, we got to get our checkups, our annual physical. We also need to get our teeth cleaned, get your blood pressure right. Get out and do some exercise. Lift some weights if you need to, whatever you do. Oh, shout out to Gleep. Shout out to Troy. Talking a lot about health and stuff, and that's important. And you guys need to follow what he's talking about. And UConn getting smacked 7-0 to start the first quarter. Sorry, you guys. Oh, shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs for beating on the 49ers. I think that was the last time I posted a live video. Was my prediction video with the Chiefs versus the 49ers. 49ers came up short. A lot of disappointed people with the loss to the Chiefs. Shout out to the Chiefs. The last time I went live, that was early on the I'm sorry guys, the Huskies getting spanked right now. What's going on? Sorry. Shout out to my girl Nancy Perez. Damn. Nancy Perez for making a Sheldon, I guess it's a Sheldon Oats Easter egg hunt coming up. I do not know the date, but shout out to Nancy for getting the Easter egg hunt going again for the people within her community of Sheldon Oaks. Shout out to those that donated to the cause. Another topic of discussion is, you know, the 80s and the 90s. When you were in your 20s or you was probably a baby, the 80s and the 90s, we call those the glory years to us because there's a lot of money floating around. Now inflation got us doing something strange for some change. But back then the money was flowing. It's not flowing as much now. Inflation is catching up with us. But people want to keep still talking about what they did in the 90s and what they did in the 80s. Damn, those days are gone, people. The 80s and 90s are gone. What are you doing now? And I only speak about that because we're in a competitive market right now, and we need to know how to compete. People are getting our jobs. Young people are getting these jobs. Some of them are quitting, some of them are staying. But if you're over 40, you need to know how to use a computer. You need to know how to spell properly. You need to know how to have a conversation. Not everything runs through Facebook. Not everything runs through a hard wire of manual labor. Everything is computerized. You can't even lift boxes these days without punching on a computer and, you know, notifying the thing that is going to another place or it's being shipped out. The guys that do UPS, they not just picking up boxes out of the truck and deliver them to your address. They got to know where the address is. They got GPS things going on. Then when they drop it off, they got to play with that little thing and make you sign it or whatever and punch that you received it, left at the front door or whatever. So all that stuff goes into the use of computers. So we need to step up our game, people. Get out of the 90s, get out of the 80s. Especially my fellas, you keep depending on your girl to do everything for you. Oh, my girl gonna sign the papers. Everything is in my girl's name. And I understand that sometimes, because sometimes we got these kids, these baby mamas, and this child support. Bam. Got this child support hanging over us. So we just got to learn how to compete. Stay up to date. Get out of the 90s. The 90s are gone. The 80s are gone. How valuable are you? How marketable are you? What up, Demetrius? Shout out to Demetrius. Oh, yeah. Going back to that for a second. The water fast thing. Man, that was tough. I did it because I slept a lot. And I drank water. I have no problem drinking water. So that was kind of easy to do. But I also, I wouldn't say I felt lightheaded, but you can feel the effects of not eating, and what it is just your body is chewing up the little few that you have left in you from the last time you ate. So it's like running on fumes with a car. As I always tell people, it's almost like you driving a car with no gas or no oil. The more you drive it, the more you push. So I had to slow down that day. I think it was Thursday into Friday. I had to slow down a little bit. I don't think I went walking because I know I would have burnt more fuel, and I couldn't afford to burn more fuel. So what ended up happening, my blood pressure went up, Demetrius. My blood pressure went up, and also I gained weight. I said, I'm not eating. How am I gaining weight? But I ended up gaining weight. My blood pressure was sky high. As soon as I got back on track of eating and doing my exercise, my blood pressure went down. And I lost weight. I think I lost 4 pounds. I got to post that too. I think I lost 4 pounds in these days. But somehow it seemed like it must be a late reaction type of thing. Excuse me. Must be a late reaction type of thing. But I'm up for the water fast anytime. I think timing means a lot for me. Probably can't do it on a weekend. Got to be during the week when I'm working, because I can just skip lunch at work, and I sleep and all that stuff. So fasting to me is nothing but sleeping and skipping a meal or two. Because currently, you want to call it fast, I only eat at 3 a.m. and 3 p.m. So like right now, I ain't cheating, but I'm having my Skins, which is just a little snack or whatever, which is a healthy snack for the keto diet. So I'm doing good with that. But normally I only eat at 3 a.m. because I'm at work, or 3 p.m. A couple hours before I go to bed for work. So that's how I eat most of the time. So it's like a 12-hour fast daily. But shout out to you for doing that. Shout out to you guys for your purchase of your first, I guess it's a 2-family, 3-family home. Shout out to you guys for that. I'd like to know more about that and how the profit, or is there a profit? How is the profit shared amongst all you guys? Get $100 profits, 5 people. Do you get $20 a piece per month? Or do you just reallocate it to some type of savings account and watch that money pile up? Or you take your little profit and spend it as you wish, or whatever, long as the mortgage is being paid on a home? Or are you saving your profit and putting it towards purchasing a second home or a third home or whatever, which I think you may be doing, because I think you're a wise fella. So I think that's what you're doing. Oh yeah, I'm sorry I can't see my comments on my big screen there, but yeah, the calendar is just straight up forward. Put it in writing. Don't assume. Don't fool yourself or whatever. anything that you don't need. You buying chips, you buying gum, you bought a bottle of water because you forgot your bottled water at home, so you got it. So those are expenses that you're putting on the calendar. Like I say, I buy lottery tickets, I buy alcohol, stuff that I don't need. I put it on the calendar, hold myself accountable. Look at, damn man, you spent $30 on scratch tickets. You know what I could have did with that $30? So that's what the calendar is for. Just a plain, straight up visual. It ain't even on like the Mint. I think Mint could help you with that kind of, but I'd rather do it manually on a piece of paper. Be honest with yourself and document your spending habits. But your rent, your electric bill, gas for your car, stuff like that is not included. Even eating at work, some people go to the cafeteria and buy food. Buying food at the cafeteria should go on the calendar, because you got groceries. You need to brown bag it and stop spending money on food after you just bought groceries. So that's what I use the calendar for. I forgot where I got the idea from, somebody online somewhere. But that's what I do with the calendar. So thanks for mentioning the calendar, Demetrius. Thanks for mentioning the calendar. Another topic that I want to talk about is the elderly. You know, we are becoming the next generation to take over. We are, well, me, probably not you, Demetrius, kind of still young. I'm 55. We are the next elders. We got our mothers and fathers passing away. We got aunts and uncles passing away. Anybody in their 50s, you are becoming the elders. So this is a very important time for anybody. I would say 45, 50 years old and older. Take care of your health. Take care of your wealth. You'll be retiring soon, or you might be working forever because you didn't save money. But our current elders, our people in their 70s and 80s, please don't call them with no bad news. At my job, I get a lot of phone calls from elderly people checking on their grandsons or their sons or their daughters. It's in the middle of the night. It sounds like they're 80 years old calling them for their grandchild. Man, we can't put that stress on our elderly. You shouldn't be calling them, telling them that Mookie got shot. Monique went to jail for stealing. You need bail money. We should not be calling our elders with those stressful issues. Sorry about that. We should not be calling our elders and worrying them about craziness. We should be asking them, do they got enough groceries in the house? Do they want a bag of chips? You know, they old, so their diets are what they is. What they are. Their habits are what they are. So we're just going to let them do what they got to do in their final years of life. So bring something over to them. Bring them a cake. Bring them some cookies. Sit and chat with them for half an hour. Because all we do is sit on our cell phones, looking at movies and stuff, instead of dealing with our elders. Somehow we need to embrace our elders, the ones that basically raised us, protected us, took care of us, educated us, nurtured us. Now that we're here, now that we've made it, we need to give back to our elders. Hug them, kiss them, shake their hand, laugh with them. Have some food with them. Take them out the house for a ride every once in a while. But not in the wintertime, not here in Connecticut. The elders do not need to be outside in the wintertime. We don't want them catching pneumonia. We don't want them coughing and sneezing and getting sick because we want to take them for a ride in January. But you can go visit your elders. Give them a half an hour of your time, an hour of your time. Make them laugh, make them feel good, bring up some old memories. Make sure they're sleeping right. All that stuff. So take care of your elders. Take care of your elders. Like I said, in the 80s and 90s, they was taking care of you, bailing you out of jail. What's up, Ray Dean? What's going on? Bailing you out of jail and all that stuff. Now they living off Social Security, ain't got no money. You balling, going on vacations, but you can't stop by to check on your elders. Go to the grocery store for them. Pick up their medication for them. I'll be downtown a lot and I see a lot of elders catching a bus. And I know people got to work and everything or whatever. But anytime I see an elder, Black or Hispanic, I definitely ask them, are they okay while they out in these streets? And most of them going to say that they are because they don't know you and they kind of scared or whatever. But some of them, they entertain my question and they ask me about certain things. They waiting for the bus and I'll sit there and wait for them, wait with them, waiting for the bus. I'm not waiting for the bus, but I'm sitting there waiting. Make sure this elderly person gets on the bus properly, the correct bus at that. Because downtown there are some guys or girls that may be a little shisty, and I can't afford my elders to be getting got by somebody that's trying to take them for their money. But yeah, take care of your elders. And they don't gotta be 70. Could be your mother. Your mother could be 55, 45. Just keep a conversation, a relationship with your mother and your father. Shout out to the fellas that's in their kids' life. I was talking to my daughter this morning, and we was talking about how guys aren't involved in their kids' life, man. How can you have kids out here and you don't even know what's going on with them? I just can't do it. I just don't understand it. But I'm not here to beat up on a fella. Sometimes circumstances causes things, but once the kid is 10, 12, 15 years old, you can, engage in them on your own. You don't need the mother's involvement or all the hostility and all that stuff. Kid probably got a cell phone. You can deal with them alone. But fellas, get involved with your children. Bring them some ice cream. Take them to the movies. Buy them a... What up, D-Nice? Shout out to D-Nice down in Georgia. Get involved with your kids. Devin, did y'all have dogs down there on Kissington Street? Shout out to Tyrone Roberts for mentioning the dogs up there on Hampton Street that I only remember three of them. Champ, Jet, and Sabra. Tyrone started naming dogs from all over the damn place. I said I probably running from them damn dogs. I don't know them dogs. I know there's a couple Chihuahuas in the Ville because the Latino people had them Chihuahuas. But I only know the big three, Champ, Jet, and Sabra up my way on Hampton Street. But shout out to Tyrone Roberts. Tyrone Roberts was down at the Mohegan Sun watching a women's basketball game. I didn't watch it today. I heard Aaliyah Edwards got hurt today. I heard she got hurt today. She was bleeding all over the place, I heard. But, he's shaking and baking. I'm watching the UConn versus Providence game. I think it's on Fox, regular Fox. I don't think it's Fox Sports. I think it's just 61 in our neighborhood. UConn is losing. Oh, they're only down 3 now. Okay. But, speaking about young people, let me show y'all something real quick. Give me a second. Sorry if you're looking at my background. Demetrius, you know about this book here? Assassination of Fred Hampton. I'm halfway through it. I am reading this book, and one thing I didn't notice was Fred Hampton was only 21 years old when he died. Fred Hampton, you want to call him like a leader of the Black Panther Party, died at the age of 21 years old. U.S. government, president, the FBI, state and local police, all had it out for this guy. 21 years old, just trying to lift up black folks. He started the lunch program that you guys probably got in schools. Now the lunch that y'all eat in school started basically from the Black Panthers feeding the kids. My sister can tell you stories about them going home during the middle of the day at school to go eat lunch, then they had to go back to school. That's when we had neighborhood schools. Start your day off at school, go home for lunch, and come back to finish the second half of the day until Fred Hampton and the Black Panther guys start feeding the children, and the government took over that program and made it their own. But it started with Fred Hampton and those guys. That's a part of the Black Panther movement. But, Fred Hampton was 21 years old. I can't believe that. You guys got 21-year-old kids at home? Can you imagine them running the country? Basically running Black America. At 21 years old, powerful guys. So shout out to Fred Hampton, anybody affiliated with the Black Panther Party. Shout out to Coach Steve Harris. Gotta check out the video you did with Champ Jones. Shout out to Champ Jones. Champ Jones, we gotta meet up again and get this interview popping. like I said, I like to do stuff in the spring when the weather's a little bit better. Oh yeah, D. I'm sorry I'm late with seeing these comments. Yeah, that book, I'm halfway through it. Like I said, I'm halfway through it. You can see I got my little marker there. I read a chapter. I try to read a chapter a day. But I'm on the next chapter, which is chapter 29, Gross Informant. That's where I'm at right now. I normally read while I'm at work to get the time by, because I got a lot of time at work. At home, I don't have much time to sit down and read. Maybe I should make time, but I'd rather be with you guys right here. But yeah, Fred Hampton was tough. 21 years old. That is amazing. You got people 40 and 50 years old that's not even strong enough to do what he's currently doing. That is amazing, man. I'm sorry about this. Yep, that is amazing. I'm on my phone reading the comments because I can't see the comments on my iPad, so that's why I'm gonna be late responding to you guys. But I'm learning this stuff. I want to get a MacBook Pro, and I got my desk right over there that I can have all set up, but I'm not there yet. MacBook Pro gonna cost me $1,200, $1,500. Then I'm gonna have to put it on my calendar and stuff, and feel guilty about it. But I'm gonna get there one day. But in the meantime, I'm on my little iPad. But I'm gonna get there one day. I'm gonna get there one day. See something here. I can add you. How can I add you? Anybody that want to be added, I guess I can add you. Let me know if y'all want to have a conversation, a live conversation. We can do that, I guess. I'll figure this stuff out. I'll use you guys as my guinea pigs to learn this stuff. Each one teach one. We can do that. I'm down to learn. I'm down to connect. I'm down to work with my people. We need a space where we can, do our iPads and like use up people's time, So like your store, if you had like a back room, like Courtney can do his podcast at, between 7 and 8:30. The next person got it at 9 to 11 or whatever. Pay you for the use of your space. We can even use the same computer if that's possible or whatever. Just your logins and stuff is different. But we gotta learn to connect and make this stuff happen. Who said that? Let me see, who's that? Oh, Ray Dean. Oh, Ray Dean. Oh, shoot. Ray Dean helped somebody. Yeah. Ray Dean, you know how it is with our elders. You know how it is with our elders. We got to protect our people. And that makes you feel good. You feel good about yourself that you did a good deed for the day. Because a lot of the times we don't run into a lot of people outside of who we know. And it's cool to, connect with people that you don't know and, bring some positivity to our thinking, and so it don't look like everybody's just out there killing each other. And what's up, Cindy Mac? What's going on with you? How you doing, Cindy Mac? How that new job going? Yep, take care of our elders. You enjoy your evening as well, Miss Mac. Anybody went to Floyd J fellowship? I forgot about it till I happened to be almost setting up my thing. Floyd J had a event today. I think it was at noon, March 9th. I was so worried about the St. Patrick's Day parade. I said, ain't nobody gonna be able to move around or whatever. So I didn't think, people would be able to get around today. And that was on my mind, the whole parade thing. Like, I'm staying in the house. I'm going to just get me some sleep through this parade. Normally, I would go to the parade, but it was kind of chilly out. I was tired. That 36-hour fasting got to me a little bit. So this morning was just a resting morning for me. I slept all day. I slept from about 10 o'clock in the morning till probably like 3, and that's a long time for me. That's a long time for me. So, and that was my plan. So I knew I wasn't going to the parade, and I just forgot about Floyd Johnson's men's fellowship. I hope it went well. Hope people showed up. Once again, we got to continue to support each other. Show up, pop up in here like you guys are doing. Buck dancing. People like when I talk about buck dancing. So buck dancing, this is a perfect example of buck dancing. Buck dancing is you going on your job, wearing all green, celebrating St. Patrick's Day, Irish holiday, and got your shamrock hat on and all that stuff or whatever. But when it's Jamaican Day parade or stuff like that, are the Irish celebrating your heritage, your lineage, your culture. So that's kind of like what buck dancing is. We do everything for everybody else except for ourselves. And that goes for anybody. Shout out to my Puerto Rican people. They're cool, go both ways, no problem with them. But Irish, that's kind of a little bit different. Of course, guys, the Irish, I don't want to get into all this, but the Irish are a lot of the police officers who were given orders basically to chase down slaves during the Jim Crow era, reinforce their laws and their rules. So you got them O'Macs, those O'Briens, those O'Connors, those O'Sullivans. Those are all the Irish guys. Anybody that got an O. And sometimes the McBrides, not my brother Woody and them, but the McBrides are like Irish folks or whatever. And no fault to any black person that got an Irish last name. That just comes down to probably slavery and all that other stuff. And you just got caught with the name. And you don't have to be a black American. You can be from Champ, what's your nationality? Shit. Forgot what those dudes are. Wow, what are they doing? But yeah, that's buck dancing in a nutshell. Being a Santa Claus for the office and being a mascot. We can't be the mascot for everything. Unless it's all of us there. If it's all of us, we do what we got to do. But when you in corporate America with those folks, we can't be buck dancing. We cannot be the entertainment for those folks. Go there, do your job, go home, get your paycheck. Don't like the job, leave it. Don't set yourself up that you need to be there because you're not marketable. You have no value, so you got to deal with it or whatever. Make yourself marketable. Make yourself wealthy so you can move and groove at your own pace. Like for me, I tell people right now, I don't do overtime. We all need money and everything, but I don't need to do overtime if it's going to cause me. If it's easy money to get overtime, fine. I mean, an easy job. But if it's stressful, I'm not jamming myself up doing no overtime for a little bit of pay. I'll just set myself up financially and deal with it as I see fit. That's why I use my handy dandy calendar, watch what I spend my money on, and take it from there. But I'm not working 2 and 3 jobs. I'll just live within my means. And also, to me, that's why I think home ownership is important. I know a lot of people talking about not losing, a lot of people talking about their rent going up. Your rent is going up because the landlord chooses to make it go up. But if you're a homeowner, your mortgage does not go up, people. I'm telling you, I got a 4-bedroom house, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. My mortgage, which includes my property taxes and my home insurance, is $1,000. I pay $1,000 a month, property taxes, insurance included. 4-bedroom house, 3 bathrooms, 4 bathrooms, 2-car garage, and my mortgage is $1,000, and it's not going up. Only way to go up if the property tax from the city of Hartford goes up. The mortgage will stay the same way for the next 30 years, or now I'm down to, I've been here for 14 years now. So I got 16 more years to go, but I'll have my house paid off probably in the next 3 to 5 years, depends on how I feel like doing it. Then I'll be living rent-free, mortgage-free, probably within the next 5 years. That's my goal. So I won't have no mortgage. I won't have no rent. And I always tell people, calculate your rent for the year. Let's say you pay $1,000 a month in rent. That's $12,000 for the year. 5 years of paying $1,000 is $60,000 in cash that you paid to somebody to live in their place. $60,000 in 5 years. Cash money. And then they can go up on the rent, or they can give you 30 to 60, 90 days, 6 months, or whatever it is to tell you to get out their house. Give you a little notice and get out their house, and you done gave them $60,000 in the last 5 years, and they can tell you, you got 60 days to get out my house. So that's the difference between home ownership and renting from somebody. So along with the home ownership, of course, you need good credit, you need to save some money, you need steady income. And some of us just don't have all 3 of those, and that becomes the problem. That's why we gotta rent and stuff like that. But don't get jammed up. Don't get jammed up. Or teach your children. Shout out to Demetrius teaching his kids the value of $1 and how to invest. They were doing it from 8, 9 years old. I don't know how old your boy is, but that's good stuff, man. What's valuable, what's important, what's not important. Show him the calendar. I don't know if he played video games, and man, do you really need another video game? You want to spend another $60, $70, $80 on a video game? Or you just play the same one you got and put that $80 towards some stock or something like that. But as a community, we got to get it together. We gotta get it together. We're growing in some areas and we're not growing in some areas. But once again, this State of the Union address is mostly about our burial expenses, and when it's time for us to get buried, do we have the finances? Do we have the finances to have a proper burial, funeral service burial? We're not even talking about a tombstone. So, you guys, take out a life insurance policy. Who was talking about life insurance with me the other day? Take out a life insurance policy. Probably who the hell was talking to me about life insurance? Oh, Donna, probably Donna. Yeah, Donna was talking to me about life insurance. If you got small kids, you can do it. If you got adults, I ain't gonna say I don't need a life insurance out on my kids or whatever. It's nice income, but sometimes you use those premiums for your own good. That $60-$70 a month that you spend on them, you can be investing it or whatever, and you don't want their money based on their death or whatever. But if you got it like that, if you got a good policy and you can get $100,000, ooh, that's good stuff. For what I'm sorry, I'm watching this game. UConn is up 37-24 over Providence, down in Providence. Yeah, to each his own. To each his own. But that's what my State of the Union address is. One other thing I wanted to talk about too, real quickly, squeeze this in, is people asked me about the birthday announcements on Channel 3 WFSB. On a page, you can find birthdays and anniversaries. I think it's called announcements and anniversaries or whatever. You go to their website, you look up, or you can type in Google WFSB announcements and anniversaries, and it'll take you right to where is that. So when you do it, you type in who you want to celebrate. Coop Adger is going to ask for his birthday, or is it his birthday, or is it an anniversary? You're going to select birthday. How old is he? You're going to say he's 55. I'm not afraid to say my age. He's 55 now. When do you want it announced? Could they have like a 6 o'clock time, or a 5 o'clock time, 6 o'clock time, probably a 7 o'clock time, and a noon time? The noon time is the only one that shows the name with the town you're from and your age. Only at noon. The other one, Scott Haney gonna say it. Oh, happy birthday to Courtney, he's 55. I don't like Scott Haney like that. I'd rather have it written out so people can see it, so I can take a picture of it. You could record Scott Haney, but at that time, for me, I'll be asleep or whatever, so I miss it at the 6 o'clock. Not sleep, I'll be at work at the 6 and 7 o'clock time or whatever. So the noon one works for me because I'm up in the middle of the day. Most people probably at work, but I'm up in the middle of the day, so I get to see the noon broadcast, and I get to take a picture of it and post a video of it or whatever. So I choose the noon time slot. Oh yeah, that's true, Demetrius. That's true. That is true. Is a lot. I was part of a program. They just told me I got to stay here for some years, and I said I don't have no problem. I'm from Hartford. I don't mind staying in Hartford. That's where I'm from. I really don't want to go out to the suburbs anyway, because I don't want nobody burning crosses on my front lawn or whatever. That's just my fear. I like to be around my people. I like to go to the bodega. I want to be out in the woods and ain't no bodegas around. I need, some soap or something. So, and I like to see my people. I like to be around my people. That's why I like walking. I can't imagine myself walking in Manchester because there's no sidewalks and stuff. So walking from my house to downtown or Park Street or um, Dutch Point area or whatever. I just like to be around my people. So buying a home in Hartford was a no-brainer to me. But yeah, these people, our people need to dig a little bit deeper. Also, the Hartford News, the little free paper that's in the package stores or the little bodegas. I get mine from at my job. They drop them off there. The Hartford News has a lot of information. They got information on events within the city. They may talk about job fairs. I think the yard goes to a lot of job fairs over there. And you can, announce your special event. I do that when we had a Stowe Village reunion. The last couple of years, I put the ad in for the Stowe Village reunion. It's free of charge. You just tell them, hey, we having an event at Waverly Park, September 9th or whatever, 11 to 7. All welcome, and they post it right up on their page in their newspaper. So yeah, there's a lot of information out there that we need to utilize. Because I definitely took advantage of those free that free money, free down payment on your home, and all of us fall at the buzzer. All of us fall into that range. None of us rich or whatever, so we all make between 30 and 70,000 or whatever the criteria is to get that free money. So just shop around, look around, have a conversation with me. Yeah, I did House Hartford too. So I don't want to say too much on this thing, but I did House Hartford as well. And I had two other programs one was for 5 years and the other one is for 15 years. 15-year one is finishing up now. And normally every year I had to go get a notarized letter saying that I'm still at the same place or whatever. But, I'll say it. So my house was $240,000, but I got $100,000 worth of those grants. I got one for, I think House Hartford probably gave me 15. The other one was for 25, and the other one was for like 50,000. So I got $100,000 worth of grants just to stay in this place for 15 years. And like I said, that's almost over with. So that was a no-brainer to get that free money. And also, this is what I'm currently doing. So like I said, my mortgage is about $1,000 a month. I actually pay about $2,000 a month. And I'm transparent, so I'll probably show you guys that soon. So last year I was giving them $500 extra a month, but this year I'm giving them $1,000 a month extra towards the principal because I got my retirement check from my previous job that I was able to take out at 55. I didn't have to wait to 62, 59 and a half, none of that. This particular job allows you to take your money at 55, no penalties or nothing. So since I got that extra money coming in from that retirement check monthly, I actually just put it towards paying off my house. So instead of paying $1,000 a month, I paid $2,000 a month. And that extra $1,000 that I give them actually knocks off 2 payments. So I give them 1 payment that I pay for, but the extra $1,000 knocks off 2 extra payments. So for the month, I actually covered 3 different payments with 1 check by giving them $2,000. That extra $1,000 pays off 2 additional months of payments. And I'll show y'all all the stuff, once I set it up right or whatever. So I'm knocking this thing out quick. I should have did it, but I didn't understand it. Plus back then I had car payments and all this other stuff, and I wasn't totally familiar with money. But right now my finances are in order, so I'm allowing myself to do other things. That's why I hold myself accountable with my calendar, just to show my spending habits and stuff like that. And also, one of the bigger parts is getting out, exercising. Getting out and doing the exercises is probably one of the biggest things, because that got me off of blood pressure medication. I only go see my doctor once a year, and that's just for my annual physical. Other than that, I don't see no doctors besides the dentist for my teeth cleaning, which is something that we all should be doing. But ain't no doctor visits from me. Oh, I got, I need a cortisone shot for my knee. I don't got none of that stuff. None of that stuff. None of that. I don't see no kidney doctors or no cardiologists. I don't see nobody else except for my annual physical, and that's coming up later on this month. I'm gonna pee in that little cup. Tell me my urine is clear. Take my blood work or whatever. All the numbers gonna be hopefully basically the same. Some things you can't correct or make better, but they don't get worse. If they basically the same, that's fine. Just like your eyes. If your eyes are still the same, that's a good thing. If they get worse, you're gonna need new glasses or whatever. But if you still can't see the same letters that you couldn't see before, fine. Okay, that means you where you at. I just don't want to get worse, and to be 55 years old, I feel good. Not wishing no bad luck on myself or anybody else, but like I say, get fit or die trying. And if I die, you will be able to say that Coop tried. That dude used to be out walking all the time or whatever. So you can't say I wasn't trying to be healthy. You can't say, that dude, all he did was sit around and eat all day. Nope, I'm not going to be able to say that dude tried to get healthy. That's what I'm going to be remembered for. But, this new mayor for the city of Hartford, he's a bank guy. He's what you call it, like selling houses type of guy, or home ownership type of guy. So he should have a lot of programs going on with that. And also with that, what happens is the more people that buy houses, the more property taxes are covered, and that helps our property taxes go down because there's more people paying towards property taxes and not just us few people. So shout out to them for building more homes. Shout out to the people on Naugatuck Street in the North End, right behind Earl Street. Some new houses back there. Buy them and build them or whatever, so we can spread that property tax out amongst other people. Churches, hospitals, the YMCAs, and a couple other, probably the Salvation Army. Those guys do not pay property taxes. So when the hospitals, whether St. Francis or Hartford Hospital or Mount Sinai Hospital, buying up all the buildings around there, that's not good for our economy, because they get them for free because they probably abandoned buildings. They building them up and they're not paying taxes on them. And those are the biggest bankrollers around, and they not paying taxes. The little guys like us are paying taxes, and we need to change that. So they need to be paying taxes or paying us more money for working at their facilities. Yep. Churches and hospitals do not pay taxes on their property. And you talk about like Hartford Hospital, where I'm at, bone and joint over there, this hospital, that building or whatever, got stuff across the street. Now the Children's Hospital building something up or whatever, taking people's houses away, getting all that stuff tax-free. well, we foot the bill for the property taxes to pay for the schools and the fire department and the police department, and so we gotta also pay attention to who we voting for. Once again, we keep giving our votes to everybody. Y'all just keep voting Democrat. Why they sending the money to Ukraine, or they sending the money to what's the other place that's having problems right now? Ukraine with the war, and the other place that's having a problem right now. I forgot the other place, but they're sending money to all these other places while we in these streets starving. You walk down Main Street right now, they probably ain't out now because it's cold, but we got homeless people all around here. So we got to worry about our stuff locally and not nationally or internationally. So talking to your politician, make sure your vote is of value and does something for your community. Wow. South Carolina girls beat Tennessee girls at a buzzer beater. Cardozo hit a 3-pointer at the buzzer. That's crazy. Sorry, but my TV is on and it's throwing me off a little bit. It's halftime, so I'm watching these halftime highlights of Duke and North Carolina. Duke beat North Carolina. Anyway, let me get back to what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, the other thing is funny though. Other day I was talking about how we used to use the TV or the radio, to make it look like somebody's home or whatever. And a lot of you guys kept bringing up Teddy Simpson. Yeah, Teddy Simpson was the man in the Ville. Teddy Simpson was the man in the Ville. But now we don't need those alarm systems. Oh, well, now we got real alarm systems, or we got the hammers. We got the tools up in the crib because now we're not scared to be gun owners. We're utilizing our Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. So a lot of people have pistols and shotguns in their homes or whatever, legally, which you're entitled to have. So shout out to you guys that are gun owners, and we're not worried about nobody breaking into our homes and stuff like that. But that was just a funny moment. It's crazy how things have changed. We should turn up the radio. Like I said, we used to put it on the soap operas because it'd be people talking, make it sound like it's people in the house talking, but it's your damn TV talking. Put a cassette tape in and put it on reverse, auto reverse, so it can play on both sides. You're gonna be gone for 3 hours and you need the whole tape to play. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, that's hilarious. Speaking of your camera systems, your alarm systems, the camera system. I don't know if you guys watched the Fotis Dulos trial. It's really the Michelle Troconis trial, but Fotis Dulos was the main dude who killed his wife in her house. Tried to cover it up by bringing evidence to the north end of Harvard, to the Avenue, dumping stuff in the trash. Man, if y'all didn't see those cameras, the video of them camera shots, his ass was busted. So those cameras actually came in handy for that one. Got the dude jumping out his pickup truck, dropping bloody evidence into the trash cans on Albany Avenue. Clear as day. So anybody that's out there running lights, hitting people in the middle of the street, doing drive-bys, selling drugs, you're being watched, man. I never paid attention to it because I don't do none of that stuff or whatever, so I ain't really worried about who's watching me. But if you're out there doing illegal activity, you are being watched. I mean, they can track you down the street, around the corner, or whatever. Even when you do those hit and runs, people hitting people in the street and then taking off, man, you better sit there and take that charge for, not even manslaughter, whatever the little cheapest charge is, or reckless driving or something. Stay on the scene, help the people, call the ambulance, the police yourself, deal with the consequences of having no insurance or a car ain't registered, whatever it may be. But once you start running and not rendering aid to the person that you hit, that's a problem. Because you could actually save somebody's life by staying on the scene and calling the police a little bit earlier, or you might be able to transport the person to the hospital or whatever. So be mindful of those hit and runs. People, don't get yourself in more trouble than you already could be in. Take the little unregistered car charge, take the driving without a license. I don't care if you even take the drunk driving charge or whatever, but you don't want to get caught up with no hit and run. Hit and run is a problem. Hit and run is a problem. But shout out to my nephew Chaz Boo. Forgot about, I don't know if I mentioned that before, about the oil tanks that I saw a couple weeks ago. And I said, who's getting oil? I didn't know people like buying houses that run on oil. I would never want a house that runs on oil for some reason, where the prices of oil fluctuate. Well, I guess the prices of gas fluctuate as well. But I just don't want to be monitoring no tank. The wintertime and prices go up real high or whatever. I just ain't got time for no surprise payments. So, that was my only reason for talking about seeing so many oil trucks at night. I mean, at this time of the year, in the middle of the winter. But then Andy jumped in and said there, what up, Tommy Scales? Shout out to you and condolences on the passing of your sister Angela. That was my girl, Angela. But the oil thing, Tommy Scales, you deal with a lot of houses that deal with oil? But Andy mentioned that I guess houses run on electric as well. And I wasn't sure of that. I didn't know that. Or electric. I thought everything was just oil or gas. But there's electric homes. They say those homes are rare, but they're around. And they say they're mostly down south. Probably why Andy know about them, because he's down there in Georgia, and they probably have them down there. But they say they're not the best houses to get, because that just makes everything goes up, whether it's your light bill and all that stuff. So that is included in your electric bill. Let's say like with Eversource, can you imagine putting your hot water on that too. I mean, just so much stuff. Oh, damn. But yeah, shout out to Andy and Chaz for enlightening me on the electric homes. The electric homes. And for the month of March, is it black? Is it Dagu, my girl? Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Hold on one moment. Come on. What's up, Miss Hightower? I see you. I need some more cakes and brownies and stuff, some pound cakes. We gotta get us a shop open back up. We gotta open shop back up. Damn. Shout out to Sweet Tooth. We need Sweet Tooth back open. Even though it mess up my diet, my lifestyle, I'm still down with. I'll take a hit every once a month. I just have to exercise a little bit harder. How the children doing? Shout out to their grandfather Rocky. Shout out to Rocky. Rocky is my partner. It's funny that you are with Rocky's son. I don't even know his son, but I know Rocky. I know Elliot, and I know Evelise and Irma. Those my peoples. But I don't know their kids. Just like I ain't know you, but I knew Michelle. Okay, I'm waiting. I got my money ready for Sweet Tooth. I'll go up there, give me a little bit of everything. Give me two of those. Give me one of those, and one of those. I'm down with that. Any black business. But maybe you need to tell me one day we got to talk or whatever. I like to know about, and Demetrius can chime in too, about ownership of the places, of the buildings. Is it worth owning the buildings or not owning the buildings? I just think I like ownership, so I can, if I have to switch it up or do whatever I want to do, it's mine. I don't got to pay no rent to nobody. I just know that I have to pay my mortgage or whatever, versus somebody seeing you starting out, now you doing better, so now they're going to go up on the rent and all that type of stuff. Or is your lease for 2 years so they can't bother you for a long period of time or whatever? Because I don't want no landlord eating into my profit. So I'd rather have a ownership thing where I can control everything. So we got to talk about, owning stuff. Shout out to Walter Cheney. Where Lil Walt at? Lil Walt, what's up with you and your shop over there on New Britain Avenue? Hey, what's up with Bros Dough? I see Soul Bowl got another spot over there in is it Blueback Square area? Somewhere around there. Shout out to Soul Bowl. But I don't know what happened to Bros Dough. Oh, mobile trailer food truck. Oh. Yeah, that's good too. Cause that seemed like the thing to do. At least it's mobile, and it's once you own the truck, it's yours, and you just find you some space to park in front of and do it that way. That's true. That's true. That is true. But I don't like nobody renting anything. I don't like people renting cars. I don't like renting houses. I don't like renting storefronts. I just don't like renting. And shout out to my landlords. Nothing against you guys. You got to make your money however you can make it. But mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. I'm into home ownership. I done rented. I done leased. I done did a lot of things and got nothing to show for it. I need to see where my money going. I need to pass that money down to my people, like you saying about a food truck. You get a food truck, you know, you can hire people to work on it while you stay at home, or, you know, get your kids involved. Once they get older, they can work on the truck or whatever while you set up another one. How is Just Fish doing? I know the fish truck is doing, but how is the beef truck doing? I haven't seen the beef truck, but he opened up a second truck, probably a third truck. And most of the time you be the face of the business, and that has to change a little bit too, because you can't be in 2 or 3 places at the same time. So your food got to be on point. Your goods got to be on point, no matter who's there. Just like Griff with Heaven and Hell. Griff has passed away. But Heaven and Hell should be able to be still sold. The gear should still be able to be bought by somebody, by the people. But we can't have stuff die when you die. We got to keep the legacy going. We got to make sure our children, our grandchildren continue the business. I'm not saying people don't do that, but it seems to be that things are just a one generation thing, and we need to start making things a little bit longer. Like when you do the baking, Sweet Tooth, when you do your baking of your goods, baking of your goods, it reminds me of your grandmother. I don't even know your grandmother. I know her name. I think I met her once or twice. But she worked with my mother at Harper Hospital, and she worked in a bake shop. So just knowing that she was a bake shop person and you're doing baking is just an amazing thing to see the passing down of the torch to the next generation of bakers. It's a wonderful thing. I like that you tried to, or like you branched out and did your own thing. Shout out to Ralph Gilead. You got that Louis belt that I asked for? I'm waiting on my Louis belt. You can drop it off. You know where I'm at. But I got passports and oh, she was there that long? I know my mother did 40, and they probably came at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, that jet lag, that must be a long flight. I haven't been out of the country ever, and that's what scared me. I can't imagine sitting on a damn plane for 20 hours or something like that, but, you know, to see new places, it is a plus. Yeah, Miss Hightower, Teresa. My mother used to talk about Teresa. Okay. Well, your butter know Teresa. You know Teresa in the bake shop, Michelle, mother. Remember Michelle was my girlfriend when we was in Fun Club back in '86. Michelle was my girlfriend in '86 before they even moved to Sanford Street. We was up in Nelton Court. So Sweet Tooth, that's how far back me and Michelle go. That's funny. But also, wrapping up my State of the Union address, I want to talk about Butter and his topic, not his topic. Talk about traveling. People get out there, travel. You got the money, you work hard, get out there and enjoy life. Go visit your people down south. You don't have to go out of the country if you can't afford to go out of the country. Move around. Don't give those people all your life. We stay on these jobs. We don't take no days off. We doing doubles and all this other stuff. I don't mind you doing a double, as long as you doing it to save up some money to go on a trip somewhere or buy something of value. I don't mind you working, because we got to get the bread. We got to get the currency to make things happen. So, as they say, work hard and play harder. Get your money up and enjoy life. Like I said, when I went down to Atlanta back in, when was that, September? I went down there by myself. Let me hop on this plane for a quick, long weekend. I'm out of here. Go watch me a football game. Went to that little Hartford Day event. Saw some people there. It was just good to get out. Get away from, try something new, see something new. Wish I could have did more while I was in Atlanta, because I know it's a lot down there. But I didn't go out too far. Maybe next time I had something planned. There's people to pick me up and take me around. You know, a lot of people down in Atlanta. But the vibe was good down there. And just good to get away. I always wanted to be able to travel alone or at the spur of the moment. And what saved me this time, I didn't even drive. Didn't rent a car, nothing. Just hopped in them Ubers. Them Ubers, they cost me, but it was worth it. It take me where I need to go. Instead of renting a car, just Ubered around. Make sure I was in a place that was accessible to a lot of stuff, so I can walk around. If I need to buy some potato chips or some water or whatever, CVS was right there. Walk. I like to be in the downtown district. I don't want to be out in no burbs at no cheap motel trying to save $1. Ooh, UConn killing these dudes. Butter, you watching the game? Providence was beating them like 12-2. Second half, they killing them now, throwing alley-oops and everything. But the main purpose for my State of the Union address was to make sure everybody is supporting each other. Like I say, people having dinners. When people die, it shouldn't take that long. Oh, okay. BMF, I haven't watched that. I don't know, what is that, on Stars or something? Or you watch it on the app? I used to watch it, but being sleeping at work, can't do that stuff. But my State of the Union address was about, the main topic was about my two little guys that passed away, little OG Greg and little Stevie O. Stevie O had had limousines outside his funeral. Music, people singing gospel stuff. Down at Mount Olive, it was packed. And my boy Greg died recently. They died about the same time. And Greg isn't buried yet. And due to financial circumstances, we gotta, do some fundraising, make sure OG Greg is buried properly. But my main thing was, Greg was a comedian and entertainment to a lot of our people around. And now Greg needs about $20 a piece from everybody, from all his 1,200 friends and family. So it should be easy to get $20 from 1,200 people to bury OG Greg properly. Shouldn't take this long. to bury someone that, everybody knew and loved. Shout out to Raleigh Leggett. Raleigh Leggett spoke well at little Stevie O's funeral. Shout out to Sherry Cummings. I'm going by your child, her name Sherry Cummings. Shout out to you. Giving us a long narrative story on Terrain and Stevie O and Miss Adams, and all that stuff was very exciting and very funny. It was very funny. Good stuff. Yeah, my State of the Union is basically we got to come together, support each other. We see people fundraising. We see people that is in need of a few dollars. Everybody got $10. What's up, Miss Chino? Everybody got $10, $5. We all should be donating to the cause one way or another. I don't want nobody going around scamming nobody, but I know these events aren't no scams or anything. I just want people to be supportive of our other people that are in need of a few dollars at certain times in their lives. Sometimes we got kids that might, want to go to, the football team is going to the finals in Florida or whatever. They need to raise money. We need to contribute to those things. Weaver basketball team doing a bake sale for so-and-so. We need to contribute to those things. Your daughter part of the Girl Scouts and she's selling cookies. Those cookies need to be sold out immediately. Kids doing a fundraiser because they want to go to California to, or Atlanta to see the Black History Museum or whatever. We need to contribute to those things. Bam, damn. There's a lot of money in our community, and we need to start sharing it amongst each other so that we all can prosper and our kids can see more than what we've seen and do more than what we did. We talk about the Fun Club a lot, and these kids have no idea about Fun Club type events or activities. There's no community no more because everybody moved all over the place. And also City of Hartford or wherever doesn't do summer jobs for the teenagers. There's just a lot going on that has changed. But somehow we got to find a time to come together. And one of the good places that we do come together is the Vail Reunion. I saw Nelton Court kind of showed out this year. We got a gay city. We got to do all that. Can you imagine? These kids don't know nothing about Gay City, Burr Pond, Day Pond, Batterson. I was on a committee for Batterson trying to open up Batterson again, but they say the water is so bad at Batterson that they say they not even gonna waste their time trying to make that happen. That was disappointing to me. But now we gotta take these little kids to ocean blue water. We never did that. We gotta go to Miami to get in the water and all that type of stuff. Man, that's crazy. Take them kids out to the lake in New Hartford or somewhere and sit their asses down, get one of them grills going and put you some hot dogs and hamburgers on it and that stale day old buns and hot dog rolls or whatever and call it a day. Put some mustard on it and call it a day. Those were the good times. Like I say, I'm happy to be a kid of the Fun Club, happy to be a counselor of the Fun Club, happy to be the director of the Fun Club. I tell people, brother, we've been to every beach, damn near in the state of Connecticut. Yeah, every little lake, pond, everywhere. And keep telling people about how we saw LL at, what was that? It wasn't Stratton Brook or not Stratton, but it wasn't Rocky Neck or Hammer Nass. I forgot the name of the place. LL. That's me right there. He said, I need a beat. That was funny. And then as I got older, I realized that beach was close to New York. So I said, oh, they just took a day trip out of the city, and they came to Connecticut to enjoy the beach. Because I don't know if that was LL or not, because he wasn't even LL at that time. Well, he was LL, but he wasn't popular. These dudes are dunking all over Providence. Yeah, Sherwood Island. There you go. Thank you. Yep, Sherwood Island. There you go. Yep. Sherwood Island. It used to take you 2 hours. We couldn't even go swimming there because we had to eat lunch, get there about 11:30. Buses leave at 9. We get there at 11:30 because we on a big school bus. All we can do is have lunch. Look at the seagulls, eat up our bread that we throw at them, and then get back on the bus and come back home. I stopped. I used to work with Eula Dotson. Eula Dotson was the director of Park and Rec later on or whatever. And I said, Eula, all I want is 2 buses to go to Batterson for the week. So Eula used to give me the 2 buses Monday through Friday, one for July and one for August. And this was lately when we was in the Ville. Give me 2 buses, one for the week in July, one for a week in August. And we used to go up to Batterson for the week. Bring our lunches there. Either they bought the lunches, I think we probably picked them up lately, but remember they used to bring the lunch truck used to come to Batterson. But I think we used to have to pick them up at CIT this time. And have our lunches there every day of the week. We was out at Batterson. And I always tell people, we never lost a kid, never left a kid behind. Nobody never drowned. Never came back with no bad news from a beach trip. Now, while we was in the Ville playing table games, something probably popped off or whatever. Kid got a bloody nose on the basketball court or something like that. But other than that, those days cannot be duplicated. And then even when y'all left, but I opened up a store up in there. That's when I think even Jimmy Bester and was going. Was no candy trucks around. I said, let me go to BJ's and give me some M&Ms, some bags of chips, some quarter waters, some little cheap Coca-Cola sodas, and they like their grape soda, and Gold Tender. That was Gold Tender. And yeah, my little store paid for. I ain't had to do no purchase orders. I didn't have to ask Bob Neal and them for nothing. That money circulated right in our community. They even had to pay for, I think I made them pay for ping pong balls. Y'all want to play ping? Yeah, this your ball. It costs $0.25. You can smash it or whatever. Give me $0.25 and you can do whatever you want with this ping pong ball. Then I also used to have golf tees. I had the tee and I used to buy golf balls for the kids. They used to buy golf balls from me for $0.25 and go outside of the center on the side there with a boxing rink at, and just swing all the way, swing it, hit that ball as far as you can down into the field or whatever. Go down there and find your ball and bring it back. You can keep the ball. It's your ball. You paid for it. So we used to golf up there and everything. Those days cannot be duplicated. I didn't even take my kids to Stratton, and I wanted to. I don't know what happened at that time. Well, they grew up. Ain't taking no grown ass kids. What they had back then, we did Ronaro, and we did like Fun Zone, that Chuck E. Cheese shit. We ain't have all that back then. So that's what these kids was into, video games and stuff. So going to the beach was a waste of time. Black Rock. Black Rock was one of we did the kids with me. They did Black Rock. Black Rock was one of the best trips because we took that hike up to that rock. That was a good trip there. Head up to the rock. Swimming. I think they did fishing at Black Rock too. I think you can do some fishing on the side. We used to do fishing at Batterson before they stopped it, and canoeing. But these kids don't know nothing about that stuff. Damn, that's crazy. These kids don't know nothing about that stuff. But anyway, like I said, somehow we gotta find how to bring the community back together. And like I said, little OG Greg and little Stevie O Terrain son, they were my last batch of kids that did those things. As I showed y'all, I posted pictures of both of them and they fun club moments. Those the last batch of kids. Were they 35? They were both of them were 35 years old. So like I said, anybody 30 and under don't know nothing about that stuff. Yeah, Keeney Park Zoo, shit, I was a kid. Then we ain't do it when I was a counselor. I don't remember going there as a kid. I don't know where we was at. Back then, man, we used to just get on the bus and take us to wherever. We ain't know if it was close or far. It was just out of the Ville. And we used to go to Bloomfield. What Bloomfield got? Penwood. Is it Simsbury? Penwood State Park. Penwood and Stratton Brook over there. And I think Day Pond is over there. And go around the corner. We in Bloomfield acting like we and damn California somewhere. A whole nother world. Come back falling asleep on the bus because we worn out from swimming and stuff. Sand all in our shoes. Clothes still wet because you put your clothes over your swim trunks. And you gotta go home and you just played in that shit all day. It dried up by itself. God damn. Damn, we were some crazy ass kids. But those were the days. Those days will not be duplicated. Those days will not be duplicated. But that was what my live was. What my live was about today. Just coming together, helping each other. Also with the elderly, that was a big topic too. But I keep telling people we about to be the next elders. We about to be Jewel and Keith Morgan and we're the next crop. So we gotta make sure we got our health right. Gotta lead these kids in the right direction. They gotta respect us as well. Stop calling us bro and all that shit. I can accept but bro, we ain't bros like that. Show some respect to your elders. You know, like I said, we had real elders in our childhood. Like I tell me and my Uncle Pete laugh about when he used to throw us the football. Me and used to catch football. He was the quarterback for both of us. Playing on the crates and, playing in the hallway. This Alma getting us that hot popcorn. Damn. These motherfuckers have no idea. This shit got me crying over here. Y'all have no idea how it was. And we can still make it happen, but we just got to come together as people. And like I said, that's what I like about the Veil reunion. That's one thing I give you guys credit for keeping that going. Like I said, I like to see when Steenie up there. Those are the people we looked up to, Steenie and those guys. Tight shoes. All the way down to Big T and them. That's why I want Crystal Bell and Debbie Bell and them up there. I try to get Pal to come up there, Pal Morgan. She say she don't know those people. I'm like, oh, shit, you know me and Butter, we those people. We there. But, you know, sometimes they get caught up thinking that it's a new generation and there's going to be some type of violence or crime going on. Some people that's down with the orgy think it's a 20 love. Oh, I don't fuck with that 20 love shit. I'm down with the orgy. You know, some of them guys don't come, or girls don't come to the events because they think it's a 20 love thing or whatever. I mean, it's crazy. And that's why I like to be outspoken about it. That's why I post about it. You can't believe what me and Butter are saying. Who can you believe? We're the backbones. Big Heck, we're the backbones. We the disciples of Charles Hill, the last disciples. We know what it's like and what it should be. We were there to the end. So passing out hot dogs and hamburgers, that's nothing. T-shirts, fun club, we done did all that stuff. We can still do it. Asking for money, getting donations, that's nothing to me. Writing up stuff, that's nothing. I especially had to do that myself once Bunk left. Shit. Bunk used to get the money. Now I had to find a way to get the money. I opened up a little candy store. Then I'm going to hold my politicians accountable. Give us some of that money. Y'all put these kids on y'all flyers and everything. Y'all talk about stopping violence. Get these kids some money. Give them a day to chill and have some hot dogs and hamburgers. Hold your politicians accountable. Don't just take photo ops, be around just to say, I know Bronin. I ain't down with the photo ops. Give us some of that money you bring in there. That's coming down from Ned Lamont, dropping thousands on Hartford. And we ain't asking for it. We looking for it from regular hard working people that's making $12 an hour. Like I say, talk about Tom and those guys. Tom at the Chinese shop, burger and piece of land. Get that bread from them people. Y'all give it to them all the time. All that bad food they selling y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna call it bad food. Give us some of that bread back. Tom running to the bank with that money. $2 bill. You know how much everybody here give up $2. All your friends on your page give up $2. See how much money that is? While we sitting around here trying to bury Greg. Come on, man. Now everybody don't got no money. That's what my State of the Union is about. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. How can I forget Booby? Oh, my God. Wayne Hudson. You friends with Wayne Hudson on Facebook? Bobby Clayton. Dwayne Morris. Oh, man. Lightning Lou. Oh, man. Arts and Craft, Peter Ashford, Kyle Shelton, Block. I saw Tyrone twice in the last couple of days. That Tyrone was at the funeral, Stevie O funeral, because of course he worked there with, well, he would say he wasn't working with Mount Olive. He said Johnny was around there somewhere. I didn't see Johnny, but I did see Block. All that, man. Man, when they tore down the veil, man, that I guess it was a great thing. I guess it was time to do something. And I guess we still kind of connected. Facebook saving us a lot. But I just don't like the little Facebook beefs that we be having and stuff like that. We could just... And then not everything is a beef. Not everybody have a problem. I do see a lot of people like Hillbilly Tom. I think they was down at the Phoenix. Who was it? Somebody? Sean. Was it Sean's birthday down there? Somebody's birthday was down there. So there's a lot of people from the Ville down there. Shout out to Chevron and Bookman doing their thing at the lounge. Shout out to Jimmy Lee little daughter. Keeping the Collins family and the best of family alive. No, we still doing our thing. I'm just not a nightlife person, so I don't see a lot of that stuff. But I will catch your ass downtown, getting on the bus, or driving by, or I'll catch you at Flatbush, Walmart. Catch you at the Walmart on Flatbush. But yeah, shit. What's his name? Wayne Hudson. He be on his page. I just be cracking up. I saw a picture. Remember the stage used to be painted with the big afro, and I think it had needles and guns, and it's a picture somewhere on Facebook with that mural up on the stage or whatever. That's when the curtains used to close on the stage and everything. Yeah, and the hate. We talk about the hate. I just don't know how anybody can hate anybody. Like I say, nobody ain't got shit. Nobody ain't doing no better than nobody. None of us. None of us. We all right here, basically in Hartford, working or whatever. And, even the ones that might move away, some of them forget. That's what I don't like. Some of them do forget where they come from. You got to remind their asses or whatever. I remember when you was a pissy little boy or a pissy little girl. I don't want to blow up your spot like that, but be nice about it. Be nice about it. You made it now, but I remember when the struggle was real, for real. But, shout out to Kiki Jenkins, Tough Toke, the General. I heard the store was closed. Or it's closed down or something. Hopefully you got another plan to put in place. I wish we all knew about being entrepreneurs back in the day. I remember Shav used to do that. Shav used to have that store down there at next door to Scott's Bakery. That was a while ago. Even Lil Walt had little Terry Square store. But we always go back to when Tank Father Murray had the little Terry Square store. Dudes was business owners, and we didn't even look at it like that. We didn't even look at it like that, but it is what it is. Tebow's Lounge, or anybody that had, what you call it, Hal's Aquarius, Main and Tower. Those established businesses. But we gotta own these properties. We gotta own these properties. We gotta own these properties. All that stuff on Barber Street, Alabama. What's the restaurant? Blues. Back when Yogi Pizza was there. Remember Raj Record Shop? Hughley's, black-owned businesses right there. Even Big Cedric and Little Cedric. Big Cedric had the ice cream parlor. Blanche's. I don't know who owned the Cleaners, but the Cleaners was right there. So I tell people about unity. We call it the plaza now because there's no unity in the plaza. It used to be Unity Plaza. And now it's just the plaza. You gotta bring back the unity. And shout out to the people that did. I think they did like a Halloween thing. The trick or trunk over there. That was good. Too bad I can't make it to all that stuff, man. I be working, sleeping third shift. Can't play around with it. So, like I said, my bread is very important to making things happen. But that's my State of the Union in a nutshell. Come together, stick together. When people are asking for stuff over the internet, these people contribute your $5, $10. We all got it. I see y'all balling, drinking, and smoking, and doing all this other stuff. People, contribute to your own people. Be nice to your own people. And like I say, people need to also establish something like if you have a funeral and you need funds, somehow make the money go straight to the funeral home, that you can walk in and say, I want to put $10 towards this burial or whatever. If people don't trust each other and all that stuff or whatever, he might steal the money or she might take the money. If you can find that you can bring your $20, $50, $100 to the funeral home itself to make the event happen, do it that way. Also get a receipt from anybody that you're dealing with as far as, the funeral homes or whatever. Some people used to do it with banks. I don't know if they still do it with banks these days or whatever, but I don't want to be responsible for collecting money for other people's events. I could get into that, but I'm an honest guy and I just don't want to be responsible for other people's funds. Because that can open up some stuff that's not necessary, especially for me. I don't got time for it. I'm not into stealing nobody's money or skimming some off the top. I ain't got time for all that stuff. I'm not going to sit here and preach what I'm preaching and then take money from people. That's just not my style. But anyway, I made it to my 2-hour mark. I said I'll be on here from 8 to 10. I didn't think I was going to last that long, but shout out to Butter for bringing some energy to the room. Thank you very much, Ralph Gilead. Glad you enjoyed your trip. I see you got your tattoos going on. I thought y'all was over there getting married. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all done ran over there and got married on the low. I'm going to do some other stuff back here at home or whatever. But I'm glad to see you doing your thing. Keep it going. As you know and I know, we don't mind sharing our love with significant others. Just hope that they're the right ones. Good guys, grew up in good families. Good people in our life. And that's about it. But anyway, thanks for joining me. I'm about to make this. I'll post this on my page. I'm going to try to save it. I'll be trying to save it, but this stuff be acting funny. Anyway, I'm out of here. Y'all guys take care. Have a good night. I will holler at you later.